You ready to get started?
Yeah, we're live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 5 of Ted's Ball Talk. I'm your host, Teddy Briggs. Next to me is my brother, Benny. Welcome to another episode, and let's get rolling. You want to start with an elephant in the room? Kyrie Irving sent to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and I believe 2 first-round picks and a second.
No, 1 first-round pick and 2 second-round picks.
1 first-round pick and 2 second-round picks. There you go. All right. Well, how do you feel about it? Give me your thoughts first.
I think it's a lose-lose trade for both sides.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think that Kyrie and Luka Doncic will play well together. I don't think Dinwiddie is as good of a player as Kyrie. But I was talking to my Nets insider, Nets source the other day.
Insider.
And they said that the Kyrie Irving trade, the trade, it slightly lowers the ceiling for the Nets, but it also raises the floor.
Gotcha.
So
I like that. That's a good way to say that. He said that? Your insider?
Well, he heard that from somebody else, and then he said that to me.
Okay.
Yes, Brandon, the graphics are new. What do you think? We liking them?
Yeah, we got new graphics. Shout out Walter for helping us out.
Shout out Walter, and then also shout out to
we got
our older brother Mitchell for setting up with a new light, and then also some mic stands. We just don't have the mic clips because they're hidden in the back of our garage, which is currently being worked on.
It's in some disarray at the moment.
We can't get to the mic stands yet, but there's gonna be mic stands soon.
Definitely.
Mitchell, he's not actually our brother, but
no.
I consider him a brother.
I would.
That's
too.
just 50 years older than me.
Yeah. No, definitely. That's how I would view Mitchell as well.
Yeah.
Is Kyrie Irving old? He's middle older in his career. I see him. I mean, how long he plays for depends on how well he keeps himself in check on and off the court, because he has some serious behavioral issues. And I think if he behaves himself and stuff, he could get a good another 6-7 years out of his NBA career, probably. But that is really up to. You really just got to take into question whether he's going to behave or not. I guess he's probably 32 years old.
He's 30 years old.
30 years old. Well, yeah, definitely could get 6 or 7 years more. But, yeah, he can be a real clubhouse cancer. Yeah, I don't know if I like that trade for the Dallas Mavericks because Luka Doncic is very ball dominant, and so is Kyrie Irving. I was talking to someone today, and he said, I think that the way the Mavs were thinking about this trade was they are expecting Luka to be 2016 LeBron, and then have Kyrie as the second piece, and then everybody else just has to do their part and make their open shots. He says that's exactly how he sees that team building.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, but I don't know if I see Luka defensively getting to that 2016 LeBron level, and his defense won him that championship. So,
well, one defensive play won them that championship.
Yeah. But I mean,
you gotta let the cat in. He's gonna start messing with the audio.
Hansel has joined the live stream. Yeah, I just don't see. But whether or not that LeBron's a better defender than Luka is, plain and simple.
That is true, but he can become a better defender.
That's
still
true,
young.
but he's not going to be as athletic. He's never going to be able to move laterally as fast as LeBron does.
How do you know?
Look at them. Luka can't build that type of body. I mean, LeBron has a great physical build. How do I feel about the Glendale Vaqueros? I think they are easily the best community college baseball team in the nation. And I would watch out for them. I think they would beat UCLA if they played them right now.
We got to do some coverage on the...
We do. We got to go watch a game and report back.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out a new addition to the setup. We have the San Diego chicken here.
That's what I thought you were talking about with the elephant in the room. I thought you were talking about the San Diego chicken.
Oh, okay. That was your elephant in the room.
That was.
We had different thoughts on it.
So the San Diego chicken, we're going to talk about him. He used to be He first was appeared on a cartoon
Oh, really?
for a local a cartoon for a local radio station. All right.
Okay.
And then I forget the name of the man that played the San Diego Chicken. But I'll yeah, you can start talking about other things, and then you talk about your experience with the San Diego Chicken, actually.
Okay, so my experience with the San Diego Chicken is he's just one of the more iconic mascots that ever was. He was very involved with the crowd and kind of the first to ever do that. Hold on, we have some technical difficulties right now.
He's fine.
You're gonna knock the light over.
All right.
I won't move it. Yeah, but San Diego Chicken, iconic. One of the first. He was involved with everything. He was super entertaining, waving his arms in the air, doing a lot of crazy things. He's an iconic mascot. Definitely look up some videos of him doing his gig out there in the San Diego.
Okay, so
sports.
Ted Gianolis. Ted Gianolis. Is that his name?
Sure. We're learning on the spot.
It's spelled Giannoulas.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, well, he was the person that portrayed the San Diego Chicken originally, and he decided that, well, I forgot what he said. There's some quotes here. Wow, let's see. Where is he saying? He said, he was okay. So he was a 20-year-old journalism major at the time at San Diego State University, and then he said, so his first appearance, Giannis, a lifetime baseball fan, approached the San Diego Padres front office, and he said, quote, "I bet I could get into some free games in this get-up," end quote. So he was really just there.
He was a fan dressed like that?
Well, no. So he saw the San Diego Chicken and was like, "Hey, I think this would be great promotion for San Diego Padres." And he also was a baseball fan, and he wanted to get into free games because he was a college student.
Gotcha.
You know, living
on below the poverty line.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he first appeared as the San Diego Chicken, at San Diego Padres games.
Yep.
And he later became a local and national celebrity. He welcomed many presidents to San Diego.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, he welcomed Gerald Ford during the 1976 presidential election, and he also introduced Ronald Reagan during the 1988 presidential election. And later he was actually he was fired on May 3rd of 1979, and another man began portraying him, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
And then he went to court, and then I believe that he was then able to play the San Diego Chicken again, but it just wasn't the same after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's going to be more information coming out about the San Diego Chicken as the podcast goes along. I'm going to do some more research on it, and then every episode I'm just going to do one fun fact about the San Diego Chicken.
I love it. I love that idea. Yeah. Well, let's move on to just a little bit of football news that came out over the weekend, and it's based around the Denver Broncos and about Sean Payton reacting to Team 3 and how he doesn't know who they are. He doesn't want them in the facility, and he and sorry, a little distraction was going on right there. He doesn't want Team 3 in the facility, and he doesn't want Russell Wilson to have any more distractions than he already has, and I think that's a great idea. I love how Sean Payton coaches. He kind of just no bullshit, just get your hard nose, get your job done, and go home. I don't think that Team 3 is any help to Russell Wilson at all. If anything, they're more of a distraction. Yeah. Do you have any comments about? I know.
I didn't know that. I don't know what Team 3 is.
Okay, so
what is Team 3?
Team 3 is kind of Russell Wilson's support team. Like, they do health things, they do media things for him, a lot of stuff like that, and he refers to them in a lot of things. And last year, they have no affiliation to the Denver Broncos. It's just people in Russell Wilson's life that he likes to have around him. And to accommodate Russell Wilson, the Denver Broncos gave all those people a key to the facility and could walk around the Denver Broncos facility whenever they wanted and walk in. They had their own office, even though they had the only affiliation was to the quarterback. And that's not a good look. It's kind of seems selfish and rude to other players and stuff like that. And I never liked Team 3. I don't really enjoy Russell Wilson's attitude at all. He kind of seems very self-centered. But I think what Sean Payton said, and he's not going to have him around, is great.
Is he the quarterback that acts the most like a celebrity, would you say?
That's a good question. Maybe Tom Brady does a bit more.
Do you like his attitude?
Not really.
Okay. So you prefer more quarterbacks that are just...
Like Joe Burrow. Says the right things in the interview, doesn't do anything crazy, and just gets the job done, does it well.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the... I don't know. You're not too big on the flashiness. You're not too big on the...
Yeah, I just, like, I don't... There's certain things that seem disrespectful to their teammates, and it seems like I don't like people that put themselves on pedestals.
So you like player. Yeah, I guess that makes sense to me. You like the player personality. You like to know the players, but you don't like to have the players be so egotistical. Yeah. Like,
I love when they're egotistical on the field and like talking a lot of crap and being flashy, pimping home runs and stuff like that. Like, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get off the field and like if you need your own support team to have everyone have keys to the facility when they're not affiliated at all, like, how would you feel if you're a Denver Broncos player walking around the facility and you see a random guy from Team 3 walking around that has nothing to do with anything going on with you, just kind of getting the same amount of respect that you do in the same facility? It just feels off.
Is it confirmed that they got the same amount of respect that other players
got? I don't know about players, but they had their own office.
Okay.
And they had keys, they had access, they could be in the locker rooms with other players and stuff. Like Tom Brady had his own like team that helped with injuries and stuff like that. He had his own sports science team, PT team, everything, athletic trainers. But those guys are also involved with the rest of the team, and they helped with the other guys because Tom Brady didn't want that just for himself. He had guys that he liked, that he talked with Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick and asked if he could bring them in. And, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So he wasn't just
so he was more
himself.
Respectful about
Absolutely.
it. He was like, okay.
Yeah. They didn't have an office to themselves where only he could go into.
Interesting. Very exclusive.
Yeah.
It's reminiscent to me of like other, like, I guess, like pop stars in the sense.
Yeah.
I was working somewhere recently where I was surrounded by a lot of high-end talent. And they also kind of have their respected teams, and they have their respective workspaces. And if anybody else outside of those workspaces comes in and has any interaction with the people, has any interaction with the talent, then there's a big issue.
Yeah. I mean,
and that bugs me. That's a big pet peeve I have about I don't know, about people that, I guess a pet peeve of mine is, people that think that they're better than other people. And so yeah. I guess I probably wouldn't like, if I paid more attention to football, I probably wouldn't like Russell Wilson that much either. Yeah.
I don't like his attitude at all. Did you see that truck he drove up one time?
No.
It looked like he was about to like fighting the zombie apocalypse.
Really?
That's insane. He has a huge truck. Very unnecessary.
Well, there's another guy with a huge truck that I actually kind of like. No, JB Smoove. He drives the front of a international. He drives the International Harvester, which is the front of 16-wheel trucks.
Is it really?
Yes.
He drives that?
It's modified to look like an actual flatbed truck. And he's not that great. I don't know. He doesn't have like a team. He's got like. He's just one guy. So I don't know. I think cars say a lot about people, but then also at the same time, it's a little bit different. I don't know.
No.
But yeah, man. I don't know really what to say, man.
I think sum up this: I'm not a huge fan of Russell Wilson, and I don't like how he carries himself and how he treats the rest of his team.
But you think here we go, back to football. You think that Walter Payton is doing the right thing? You think the team will be more? Payton? I mean, Sean Payton is doing the right thing. Is going to be more. The team will be more successful.
If they fix their offensive holes, yes. But no doubt, I think Sean Payton will be, because Sean Payton doesn't, like I said, doesn't take bullshit.
Got it. Okay.
He took the Aints and made them the Saints.
Were they bad before? Were the
Yeah,
Saints
they
bad?
were the Aints.
Okay,
They sucked.
got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, obviously getting Drew Brees helps with that. But,
Well, they got Russell Wilson.
yeah, but he might not be fixable. But we shall see.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got any other sports news you want to talk about, Teddy?
Yeah, I wanted to cover the Super Bowl a little bit because it's getting to that week.
Oh, yep, definitely.
Who do you want to see win the Super Bowl? You don't need to give me any stats or reasons why. Just what team would you like to see?
I
win the
want
Super
to
Bowl?
see the team that I want to win the Super Bowl is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, why?
Because I like Patrick Mahomes more. I like the players on the team more than I like the players on the Eagles.
Rihanna is gonna win the Super Bowl. That's a hot take.
Ooh, that's the team that I want to win.
The debate I have in my head about the Super Bowl because I don't care about either team.
Uh-huh.
I don't necessarily like any of the players more on one team or the other.
Uh-huh.
It is, do I want to see Jackson Mahomes twerk at the 50-yard line
Mm-hmm.
after the Super Bowl's over and hear Patrick Mahomes' wife start yapping about the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Or do I want to see the Philadelphia Eagles fans win the Super Bowl? Because it's a lose-lose situation. All those people suck.
Got it. Interesting. So you don't want either team to win the Super Bowl?
No, I don't. I would much rather have the Bengals in there.
Really? Okay. Got it. Well, who do you think is going to win?
Chiefs.
You
I
think
think the Chiefs are going to win.
Do you think the Chiefs are going to win?
I do.
Why do you think that? They have a worse defense
I know, but I think
And-
Chris Jones is going to destroy that.
and
Eagles.
a worse offensive line.
I know, but I think Chris Jones is going to be something that offensive line hasn't seen yet.
They
And-
played didn't they play the oh no, they didn't play the Cowboys.
No.
Okay.
They play the 49ers, and they have Nick Bosa, and he's the defensive player of the year, and they shut him down. So I give him that. But you hope the Eagles either win or lose, so Philly gets ruined. Okay, so it's a win-win for you, Brandon. Yeah, I think Philly's going to get burned to the ground whether they win or lose. Burned out of excitement or burned out of rage.
Have you seen the videos of the
People
fans falling through the bus stop?
That was awesome. That was a great moment. I love seeing fans like doing crazy stuff at the end of games and then getting absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm going to go Chiefs.
you're going to go Chiefs?
I think Patrick Mahomes gets his second.
He gets the number 2.
He gets number 2.
Do you think that after this never mind. We'll talk about that after it happens. How many touchdowns do you think Travis Kelce will have?
2.
Do you think he'll break any Super Bowl records for like a tight end?
I don't know what they are, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Do you have something you want to show?
Well, I'm not going to show it. I'm just going to talk about it.
Okay.
So, on my Explore page on YouTube, this is sports related.
Is it?
It is. So, I on my Explore page, for some reason, this YouTube account called Steep to Steep came on, and they were reacting to an urban skiing video by this Finnish group named 4A, and it was one of the most insane videos I've ever seen in my life. These kids were doing some wild stuff in the middle of the city. They were grinding on like 3 flight levels of stairs, going down like complete 180 turns on stair sets, doing double backflips off a 2-story building onto a side of a mountain. It was wild, and it was also very visually beautiful. A way for a sport to really catch my attention is if it's also visually pleasing to my eyes. And the way it was filmed was very visually pleasing. Whoever did cinematography for that video was very smart with what they did. And I forgot what I forgot what the name of the video. It was what's the name of the video?
I would just say if you have not watched an urban skiing or snowboarding video, I definitely recommend that you do. It is a super cool thing to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. What the heck? Where is that video? Did it get taken down?
The video does no longer exists.
No, it can't. It can't.
It absolutely can, Benny.
No. I was talking about it. I was so hyped
they can
about
still
it.
watch. I'm sure their other videos are just as gorgeous.
I guess that's true. Just watch any 4A videos, and but it's also called Cast. The video is called Cast. Go watch that video.
Check it out.
Yeah, that's all I have to say. That's my sports insight that I have to talk about.
I want to talk to you real quick about some baseball.
Wait, we have the freaking Duke Miami score on, and we are not talking about it at all.
Okay, well, if you guys don't know, our dad went to Duke and we grew up watching a lot of Duke games. We're big Duke fans, I'd say, when it comes to college basketball.
As I got older, I liked them less and less. I will say,
Because you don't like Coach K's coaching style.
No, it's so annoying,
Well, Coach K's not there anymore.
and they don't seem to be doing much better. So
Yeah, I think they're getting used to it. Jaden Shoot has hit a couple of threes towards the end of the game here.
Oh,
which
really?
is pretty exciting because our friend, hometown kid for our friend out of what, Yorkville, Illinois.
that's right.
Yeah. So they play their high school basketball games in a barn, is what I heard.
What do you think about the parity that's going on in men's college basketball this year?
About all the teams that are usually good not being that good?
Yeah.
I guess North Carolina started off as the number 1 ranked team in the nation.
They're
not
unranked now.
Duke's not ranked. Kentucky's not ranked. Kansas is Kansas. But is it really that much parity? Because there's always a lot of good teams. I mean, Purdue is always good. They're up there. Gonzaga's always good. They're up there. UCLA is good. They're up there.
Yeah, but
You would expect to see Duke, Kentucky, and North Carolina in the top 25.
yeah, and Miami hasn't been ranked in a long time.
Yeah, they haven't been that good in recent years for sure.
So
Clemson is winning the ACC, which is something you don't normally see. Virginia, they're still ranked higher nationally than Clemson is, and they are the second best team in the ACC.
Yeah.
At the moment. So I think it's just because of the pedigree of that program when it comes to college basketball.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's what you talk about. Like Alabama last year when it comes to college football, they were what, a 2-3 loss team, whatever it was? And people were still talking like maybe they should sneak into the college playoffs over Ohio State. So your program history matters in the long run to whether you make the dance for any sport when it comes to college.
That is true.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about baseball with you.
Talk to me.
I want you to give me a little sprinkle bet who you think is going to win MVP and maybe who you think is going to win Cy Young.
MVP, Ohtani, Cy Young, Ohtani.
Okay.
That's my World Series picks are. They're my World Series picks, so I have to pick them. Wait, what was the sprinkle mean? What do you want to sprinkle?
Maybe like a guy that you think could surprise a lot of people and have a really good year.
Like
maybe you splash a little bit of money on him.
Oh, I didn't understand that betting reference.
You bet some strong bets. Okay. I would put a lot of money on those.
So I'm gonna sprinkle. I'm gonna sprinkle some money on Mitch Haniger.
Mitch Haniger MVP.
And
National League for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And then
change of scenery does them well.
And then I'm gonna sprinkle a little money on a relief pitcher to win Cy Young.
Who is it gonna be?
Johan Duran.
Ooh, that's a good
relief
pick.
pitcher for the Twins.
That's a strong pick.
That's what I'm sprinkling the money on. When do the World Baseball Classic lineups come out?
Well, the teams are already set.
When does the schedule come out?
I think the schedule's already out.
What?
I think it starts in next month. The beginning of March. Happens during spring training.
Got it. We definitely got to start talking about that.
100%. World Baseball Classic is always exciting. Some great moments came out of the last one. Adam Jones robbing Manny Machado. That was very exciting. That's the best moment.
Yeah.
Javier Baez tagging a guy without looking from a throw from Yadier Molina.
Yeah.
That was cool to see. I was at the championship game when USA won 8-1 against Puerto Rico.
It's hype.
It was hype. It was very exciting.
So
Ian Kinsler hit a home run.
Wow.
Right? Look at that. Throwing that name out there.
What do you think? Who are you sprinkling the money
on? For National League MVP, I'm gonna sprinkle some money on Chris Bryant, having that Coors Field. Hopefully, does him nice because it hasn't done him nice since he moved there. I think he hasn't hit a home run in 150 plate appearances.
Okay.
At Coors Field.
Got it.
Which is not good, especially at Coors Field.
Yep. You're not sprinkling money on CJ Crone for MVP?
No, I'm not. He always starts off hot and banging, but he cools down a little bit towards the end of the year. I mean, he'll finish with 30 home runs and hit 280 again like he always does.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I love CJ Crone. In my AO, I'm going to give it to Corey Seager. I mean, I'm sure his odds aren't horrible to win MVP, but they added a lot of pieces around him, especially with the pitching staff, and he's always been a guy that I thought could eventually play at an MVP caliber. And I think this is the year he does. I think he probably hits around 40 home runs, hits around 300, 110 or plus RBIs. And he's a good fielder. He can command the middle of the infield very well.
Will either of those teams make the playoffs?
Definitely not the Rockies,
Okay.
but I would say I wouldn't put it past the Rangers,
Got it.
especially if DeGrom can stay healthy the whole year.
Got it. I like to see it.
Yeah. And for Cy Young, I guess this isn't really a sprinkle, but last year I said, I know this isn't on tape or anything with a podcast, we weren't doing it last year, but my pick to win Cy Young last year was Dylan Cease. I think I'd pick him again. What he does, his control is unbelievable. With that velocity and the amount of break he gets on his curveball, it's just, it's going to sound nerdy to me, but it's breathtaking to watch a guy command a baseball like that. It's super. You don't see it at all ever anymore with the velocity in today's game, but he throws 99 to 100 and puts it on the black every time. The catcher does not move his glove.
Would you compare him to Nolan Ryan?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Nolan Ryan wasn't very accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He wasn't horribly inaccurate, but he threw much faster than Dylan Cease,
Okay.
or we think he did.
Okay.
And he doesn't have the curve like Dylan Cease
Don't
does.
got the curve.
No, Dylan Cease, his curve breaks like 5 feet.
Damn.
I think we hit all of our topics for today. It was a short day, not a lot of news going around the world of sports at the moment. We'll have a lot after the Super Bowl weekend, I believe, because then on comes the NFL offseason and in comes baseball. And towards the NBA postseason, a lot of very exciting things. So, we'll see you guys again soon, hopefully.
Wait. I want to get this on tape before the podcast is over. So, because I said this at the beginning of the NBA season, that I think the Nuggets and the Cavaliers are going to be in the NBA Finals.
He did say that.
And so I'm going to put it here now so I can sound more cool when that actually happens.
Awesome.
And more info on the San Diego Chicken next time. Maybe we'll have our mom come in as a guest speaker so she can talk about her experience with the San Diego Chicken, because she's the reason why we really like them. We
Absolutely.
really like the San Diego Chicken.
She's the only reason why we know who the San Diego Chicken is.
That is true.
I saw a guy. He had his leg signed by Fernando Tatis Jr. at San Diego Fan Fest, and he had a tattoo, a giant thigh piece of the San Diego Chicken.
I think he had a large influence in the early 80s.
He definitely did.
Of
San Diego Padres.
Maybe
fans.
mid-70s. I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll have to pull up a picture of that for the next episode.
Yep,
But
definitely.
he had a big thigh piece of the San Diego Chicken. It was a very, very cool looking tattoo.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you all later. Chiefs are going to win 31-24, and we'll see you after the Super Bowl.